Give it up for Russell Brunson. Thank you for being here. How's it going, everybody? How many of you guys feel a little tired right now? I hope not. We got in at 4 a.m. last night, so if you're tired, I have no excuses. Anyway, I'm really excited to be here. I don't have a chance to speak at a lot of events like this. In fact, I don't know, completely honest, there's some weird draw I had to come to this event. I met Ryan a little while ago, and I'm going to share that story here in a minute. And he asked me a couple times to come to this, and I was like, I can't come. It's in the middle of my kids' wrestling season right now. We had our company Christmas party last night, all sorts of stuff. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to make it. And then Ryan was like, well, we'll do anything. Like, how about we book you a flight and we fly you from Boise to here, and then you get you back to Boise before the wrestling match starts the next day. And I was like, serious? He's like, yeah. So he literally flew us in a private plane last night here. We got here at 4 a.m. and then we're flying back in a little bit. And so I'm just grateful for him bringing us out, my team and a bunch of us, to hang out with you guys today. And I'm just so excited to be talking and sharing. And it's on a topic, I talk about funnels a lot, but I don't have a chance to talk about like e-com funnels and things like that nearly as much. And I'm really excited for that opportunity. So how many of you guys, just curious really quick, how many of you guys in this room right now are ClickFunnels members? All right, thank you very much. Okay, the rest of you guys, you should meet these guys next to you. They're amazing people. They know what they're talking about. All right, so my presentation today is right here. I'm going to show you guys how to instantly outspend all of your competitors and ethically steal all potential customers in your market. How many of you guys want to learn about that? Yeah. All right, it's really fun. Okay, first though, I want to show you guys a really quick video. So Ryan and I, like he said, met for the first time like 15, 20 minutes ago. But the first time we connected online was 5 or 6 months ago, and it was because he made a video, and he tagged me in the video, and I saw this video, and we kind of started connecting after that. And I want to share it with you guys really quick, because there's some really cool things that have happened because of it. Okay, so let's watch this video really quick from Ryan.
Hey, this video is for Russell Brunson and all the people who follow me and take my advice for some odd reason. I just got done reading Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson. This is the best book I have read in 5 years. Not even exaggerating. So this is basically like the playbook to bring your message to the world, which is exactly what I needed. So Russell, I own capitalism.com, and I have struggled for a long time of really finding my voice on capitalism.com. How do I want to show up? Because I believe that entrepreneurs solve problems better than governments can, and that's too important of a message to not get out to the world. And I recently just exited a different company so that I could focus specifically on capitalism.com. And this was like my Bible or my Book of Mormon. Like I cannot tell you the impact that this has had on, like this book will make me $2 million over the next 6 months. It'll probably make me $10 million over the next 2 years. So I'm so thankful that you wrote this. Thank you. We've never met. I haven't been a Russell Brunson fan in the past because you keynoted Grant Cardone's event last year, and Grant Cardone and I have a very unique and special relationship. But dude, you undid those sins. I'm taking my family to Mormon church this weekend. That's how much this book has impacted me. So I just wanted to say thank you. Keep up doing what you're doing. You're making an impact in the world. All entrepreneurs do, but you had a direct impact on me. So thank you.
Very cool. Give him a round. All right, so I want to follow up on this video because two amazing conversions have happened to Ryan since then. So number one, Ryan has agreed to become a Mormon. Is that exciting? So after my presentation, we're going to the swimming pool. We're going to take care of it and make it official. So that's awesome. And then the second cool thing is we've converted Ryan. He's actually, a few minutes ago, I convinced him he's going to shift all of his stock in Target and Kmart into Bitcoin, which I'm super excited about as well. So it's pretty exciting. I'm excited for it. Anyway, all right, so I was listening, ever since then, I knew who Ryan was for a while, and I've been watching his stuff, but I really got deep, kind of connected with him after I got to know him personally, started listening to his podcast, and just getting more depth in this world that you guys are all in, and really enjoyed the experience. And on one of the podcasts, Ryan was speaking at an event or something, and he shared his definition of what an entrepreneur was. And I was laying there in bed and listening to this thing, and he shared it, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, that is it. Like it had such a big impact. I messaged him, I'm like, dude, you just find an entrepreneur as this. And like, and I was freaking out. So this was his definition of what an entrepreneur is. He said an entrepreneur is someone who took personal responsibility for a problem that wasn't their own. My slides got jacked up a little bit on the transition from Mac to PC. Anyway, but it's an entrepreneur is someone who took personal responsibility for a problem that wasn't their own. And I started thinking about that because that's something that's really weird about all of us entrepreneurs. Do you know that's not like a normal thing? Okay, most people, they don't see that. Most people see a problem, what do? They blame governments, they blame schools, they blame other people, they blame their parents, they blame their family, they blame everybody else except for themselves, right? Entrepreneurs see a problem that has nothing to do with them whatsoever. They look at that and they're like, that problem right there, I'm gonna make that my problem. I'm gonna figure out how to fix it. And that's what makes us all a little bit weird and a little bit different, okay? And I was going through, I was starting thinking about some of the people in my world who I consider entrepreneurs who have done this. This first one here is someone named Pamela Weibel. Anyone here know who Pamela is? Not many of you guys, which is interesting. So Pamela, she grew up wanting to be a doctor. Her family was doctor, her parents, like everyone in her life was doctor, so she wanted to go to be a doctor. So as a kid, she thought about it, she fantasized about it, started going to school system, and then she finally got into medical school, and when she was in medical school, she's in there, she's learning, she's having a bunch of fun, and finally living out her dreams. And then what happened was a horrible, horrible nightmare. Some of the people that were going to medical school with her committed suicide, and it had this huge, profound impact on her. And then when she got out of medical school, some of the doctors she worked with committed suicide. Now, I didn't know this before I met Pamela, but do you guys know that doctors have the highest suicide rate of any profession? It's like double the number 2. And in her world, all these people started committing suicide. And most people would look at that problem, right? And they would be like, oh man, it's the school systems are messed up, medical schools all like, and they would blame other people, right? But Pamela looked at that problem and she said, this problem is my problem. She took that and she started changing, she stopped what she was doing and she shifted her whole focus to help doctors who were trying to commit suicide to save themselves. And because of that, she has saved thousands of doctors' lives around the world, and she continues to do it all the time. When she made that conscious decision to like, this problem right here, this is not somebody else's problem, this is my problem, that's the day she became an entrepreneur. So that was Pamela. This is another one right here. This is my buddy's Anthony DiClemente. Anthony, he got really, really sick. And during the sickness, he started going to doctors and medical professionals, all sorts of stuff, all over the world, and couldn't figure out how to fix what was wrong with him. Eventually, he had to figure out how to self-diagnose himself and spent years and years doing this. So eventually, he was able to figure out what was wrong with him and get the problem fixed. Now, he could have just went on his happy way afterwards, but instead he stopped and said, look, like, I wasn't able to get my problems fixed. Other people aren't as well. He said, this is a problem that I'm going to take personal responsibility for. And he became Anthony, the biohacking guy, and now he teaches people how to help themselves out of diseases, sicknesses, illnesses, and optimize your life without having to go through the traditional medical practices and things like that, okay? When Anthony made that conscious decision to shift from like, I'm doing this thing, you know, what the rest of the world expects, so I'm going to take this problem and make it my own, that's when he became an entrepreneur. This is another one of my favorite ones. This is Annie Grace. Annie, she was a corporate business person traveling all the way around the world. And during her travel, she started drinking socially, right? So she drank with different people, and eventually that got more and more and more over years of traveling, and soon got to the point where she had an alcohol addiction. And one day she woke up and realized, I can't stop this. I got to figure out how to stop it. And she went on this mission for the next year of her life to break herself from the chains of alcohol addiction. And after she did that, she could have stepped back and be like, cool, I'm good to go. I'm going to keep moving forward in my life. But instead, she looked around the people around her and said, look, I'm not the only person struggling with this. There's other people who are having the same problem. And so she stopped and she figured out, how can I help other people? I'm going to make this responsibility mine. And now because of that, she's saving thousands and thousands of people from the chains of alcohol addiction. Okay, another person really quick, and we'll move on. Garrett White, one of our biggest ClickFunnels members. Garrett was someone who 6 or 7 years ago had a broken life, broken marriage, broken family. The whole world was falling apart. And he decided that he needed to change. And he heard a voice inside his mind say, I need to help other people. He's like, how can I help other people? Like, my life's messed up. So we got to figure out how to fix your life first, because then you can help other people. So he went on this journey to fix himself, eventually fixed himself, fixed his marriage, and then went and helped other people. And I had a chance 2 weeks ago to speak at an event with him, about 600 of his men, his warrior men. And he's had a chance to transform not only their businesses and their lives, but transform their marriages, their families. And because he took personal responsibility, he's a gym coach. He was a high school gym teacher. But he decided, I'm going to take personal responsibility for broken marriages, for men, teaching men how to become men again. And that day he became an entrepreneur and has changed those men's world. So that's what entrepreneurship, that's why it's so important, so passionate. So my goal today is, because all of you guys here are entrepreneurs, all you guys have products and services and things you have that I believe can change people's lives. How many of you guys believe that things you sell can literally change people's lives? Okay, that's why I'm here. okay? I didn't get paid to do this. I'm here to hang out with you guys because I honestly believe entrepreneurs, you guys, you have the ability to change people's lives more than anything, more than governments, and that's something Ryan and I have very much in common. Entrepreneurs are what changes the world. So my goal for you guys is to show you how to instantly outspend your competitors and literally ethically steal all the potential customers in your market. Why is this important? I have some people who are like, Russell, you don't ever like you don't play nice in your business, okay? And in fact, there was a quote on this video the other day. One of my guys sent me where basically somebody told me that they didn't like the way I was doing things. I was being too aggressive in my marketing and my business. And they said, my dad taught me to play fair. Or my dad taught me to play fair. And I said, oh, well, my dad taught me to win. I'm in this business because I want to win, okay? I honestly feel, and anyone's been around me at all, I honestly feel that my competitors are screwing my customers out of the happiness and success they could be having. Like, that's how deeply I believe it. That's why I market so aggressively, consistently, on and on and on, because I believe that so much in my soul that I need to save my customers from my competitors, okay? And you guys need to have that kind of attitude if you're gonna have the chops you need to really market and get your message and your business out there, okay? All right, so that's what we're gonna be talking about. This is the main focus for this, is help you guys so you can outspend all your competitors, so you can get all those customers and have them use your products and services, okay? All right, so a couple things I wanna go through. So step number one, your business needs to be in a level 10 opportunity, okay? Now my guess is some of you guys are here, you've got a business, you're doing well, and you're content, things are going well, but you came here for a reason, right? You didn't come here because everything's happy and I want to kind of coast from now on, right? You came here because you wanted to change, you wanted to fix something in your life, right, in your business, okay? And I was in an event about 5 years ago, and I was sitting next to this guy, and really, really smart businessman. He had a business doing about $10 million a year, and probably one of the smartest marketers I've ever met. If you go to his house, and I have a lot of books, like I'm kind of obsessed with books, but you go into this guy's house, like every wall, not just in the library or the firm, every wall is filled from the floor to the top with books. It's insane. He had next to his couch, he's got books stacked up. Like I've never seen more books in one room in my life, and I've been to a lot of libraries. Like it's insane. This guy has level 10 skill in marketing and sales. And I'm sitting here with him. We're actually on a trip to Kenya, and I'm sitting here in a little Jeep, and we're talking, and we're talking about marketing and sales and just kind of geeking out on it. And he told me something interesting. He said, I have a friend who just exited a business for $1 billion. I'm like, dang, he must be really good. He's like, no, he's not. He's an idiot. He's like, he doesn't understand marketing or sales, any of the stuff we do. He said, the difference between him and me, he said he stepped into a level 10 opportunity with level 2 skills, and he was able to exit for $1 billion. He's like, I have level 10 skill level, but I'm in a level 2 opportunity, and I'm capped out at $10 million a year. I can't get past that. And when he said that, I looked at my business, which was hovering around $8 to $10 million at the time, and I was like, I'm stuck. I can't, like I've been trying for years to break through this thing, and I can't get through it. And I had the thing, I was like, what kind of opportunity am I in? Like, am I in a level 1, 2, like what? And I looked at it closer, I was like, I'm probably in a level like 5 to 6. And that's why I'm capping out. I was like, I have to shift my business. I have to shift everything. And my business partner, Todd Dickerson, who's over here, he's the genius who actually built ClickFunnels. We're sitting here in a room, and we talked about this one night, and we're like, what's our level 10 opportunity? We keep going down this road, but we're never gonna progress because we're stuck in a level 5 or 6 opportunity. What's our level 10? And it started a question in our head. We started thinking and thinking and thinking. And the backside of this conversation and the thoughts and the plans came out of a little company we launched called ClickFunnels, which if you don't know what ClickFunnels is, we went from a launch date about 3 years ago to today. In a 3-year period of time, went from 0 to $100 million in sales with 0 VC-backed funding at all, okay? We did that because guess why? We're marketers with level 10 skills, and we walked into a level 10 opportunity, okay? So for you guys, I want you to think about your business. Like, are you in a level 10 opportunity, okay? Some of you guys, I know some of the businesses in here, okay? Some of you guys I know are you're doing e-com, physical products, you're licensing things, you're doing stuff. And I ask you, like, if you're just going to Alibaba, finding products, finding things, and slapping on your label and things like that, like, is that a level 10 opportunity? Probably not, okay? If you want to step into a level 10 opportunity, start to think about business differently. It's not thinking about, okay, I'm gonna slap a private label, I'm gonna spend some money, we'll do some arbitrage, we'll make money on the difference here. Like, if you want to be in a level 10 opportunity, I think bigger. Like, how do you build a brand? How do you build something bigger than just this little tiny thing? Otherwise, it doesn't matter how good your skills are gonna get, you're gonna be topped out at a certain level, okay? When we shifted from a level 5 to a level 10 opportunity, everything changed. I didn't have to get smarter, learn more marketing, learn more sales. I just shifted the vehicle that I was in, and everything else changed. Okay, so the first thing I want to bring to you guys is thinking through that. I wish somebody would have consciously grabbed me a decade ago and told me, find a level 10 opportunity to focus on, because I would have got there a lot faster. All right, number 2. This is something I learned from Dan Kennedy, one of my first mentors, and if I can bring you guys nothing else to this event than this and get your guys' mindset on this, this is the key to how we grow and scale companies very, very quickly. Dan Kennedy said, whoever can spend the most money to acquire a customer wins. That's the premise. Whoever can spend the most money to acquire a customer wins. He says a business beats its competition by making the same prospect worth more to his business than to that of his competition. Okay? Whoever can spend the most money to acquire a customer wins. And I'm going to show you guys a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to go through a bunch of funnels, a bunch of things. But I want you guys, as I'm showing you this, to think about this concept. Okay? This is the key to the whole thing. All right, so I'm going to go through a couple steps to kind of set this up. Number one, like I said, the first part for this to really work is you have to understand, you have to honestly believe in your mind and your heart that what you have is the best option for your customers. Okay, if you don't believe that, if you're like, yeah, my product's pretty good, but this guy over here is way better, it's going to be hard for you guys to get to the level you want to be. Okay? You have to have the same conviction that I do. When somebody signs up for Infusionsoft or Lead Pages or any of my competitors, like I literally look at them and I'm like, man, like, God, how do I save you? Because you are losing, like everything you're doing is going to fall apart. Like, that's how honestly I feel about this thing. Okay? That's how and as soon as you feel that way about it, man, you'll be so much more aggressive in all your marketing. We do a lot of webinars to grow ClickFunnels, right? My average webinar now, I close about 15% of the people on the webinar pretty consistently with almost like 97% accuracy, okay? And most people, like 15% close rate on a webinar is really, really good. Every time I get off the webinar, I sit there and I get so mad. I'm like 85% of the people, I wasn't able to convince them. I get so frustrated and so mad. Like, what else can I have said? What else can I do? How can I make this offer better? So that all those people say, I want 100% conversion. Like, what else can I do? And that conversation in my head is what gets our products better, gets our services better, gets my offers better, gets my pitching, like all those things get better because that's how I feel every single time. Okay, so you guys are happy with the 5, 10, 15% conversion rate. Like, that's good. You're gonna make money on that, but you should be obsessed with like, why didn't the other 95% of people buy? Okay, like I honestly need to do everything I can to get all those people. That's how much I'm obsessed with this product. I do not want them buying from my competitors because it's gonna lessen the value of their life. Like that's the mindset you gotta have to be able to win this game. Okay, so that's the first thing. Next thing, you have to stop being a commodity. The biggest problem I see with e-commerce businesses, people selling physical products that I have a chance to work with, is that they're a commodity. Okay, you have to figure out how to uncommoditize your business. Like this is the key. Okay, a couple things to understand. First, understanding search versus interruption marketing, okay? So search marketing, this is one of my friends, Trevor Chapman, and he owned or worked at a big, huge door-to-door sales team. And he kind of brought this to me initially. He started internet marketing 7 or 8 months ago and did a little over $10 million in the first less than a calendar year. And I was like, dude, how did you grow so fast? And he's like, I figured this piece out that nobody's ever talking about. He said, if you think about how most people selling physical products, right? You go and you list your products on Amazon or Google or things like that. And that's good, okay? I'm not talking against that. I know a lot of people in this room make insane amounts of money selling things on those marketplaces. But I want you to think about the psyche of your customer, right? You post something on, if I'm going to Google, what am I looking for? I'm looking for a product or service. I search for it. And by definition of me going and searching for that thing, I'm searching for the best deal. Okay? When you go to Google, when you go to Amazon, I buy a lot of stuff on Amazon, more than most humans, right? I go to Amazon, I type it in, what do? I look for things that got the most stars and the least price. How many of you guys buy your stuff that way? Okay, so if your entire business model is like, I list stuff on Amazon, then when you get in there, it's this huge race to the bottom of pricing, right? You're a commodity. You're going against everybody else, and it's this race to the bottom, which is horrible, okay? So the opposite side of that is interruption marketing, okay? And so in this case that Trevor kind of talked to me about, so like if you go to Google, you type in home security system, it shows you all the home security systems. You can home security systems for like $100. You go plug it in your own wall, and boom, you're set up, right? Or you're sitting there going by your normal day, and all of a sudden somebody knocks on the door, interrupts you and comes in and sells your home security system. Okay? You weren't out there price shopping. You weren't out there trying to figure out the best deal. Someone came to you, and then because you're not in this vacuum of me price shopping, looking for the best thing, this salesperson has the opportunity to talk to you and sell you based on the perceived value, not based on the price. This is how you change business. This is how you 10x your profits is by shifting from like, I'm gonna search for the lowest price to I'm gonna go and make a presentation to them, selling them on the perceived value of this thing I sell. How many of you guys who sell stuff on Amazon, it drives you crazy because you know what you're selling is worth a lot more, but everybody else around you is undercutting you, so you have to undercut your prices. That sucks, huh? I'd rather be the opposite way around, okay? If you look at this again, you go to Google, type in home security system, there's home security systems starting at $99. Amazon, they're starting at $59, okay? This dude comes and knocks on your door. He makes a good presentation, talks to you about why you need a security system, shows you the benefits, talks about some pain points, tells you some stories. He can sell you a very similar security system, but instead of charging $59, they will knock on a door, within 30 minutes leave that house with a contract for $100,000. Same thing. What's the difference? One, people are searching for a commodity, price drops to the bottom. Number two, I interrupt them, I make a good sales presentation, I can sell them on the perceived value, I can show them what this is actually worth in their life, I get a contract for $100,000. Same product, same service. Search versus interruption, okay? If your business right now is based on search, you're in Amazon, you're in these stores, things like that, that's good, okay? I'm gonna show you this other side. This is what funnels are. This is my rule. I wanna come out and take the same things that are a commodity, we shift how we package them, shift how we do it, bring it into a funnel, and that same product, same service I can now sell for $100,000 versus $100, okay? That's what we're talking about here. All right, the next one I wanna focus on is some of the math that makes this game work, okay? There's only two numbers. I'm really bad at math. How many of you guys did good in college or school or high school? Yeah, a bunch of entrepreneurs. Two people. Okay, so the rest of us, don't get stressed out. There's two math equations you need to know. Okay, there's two math numbers you got to know to win this business. I'll go deeper in this, but one of them is called the average cart value. Nobody told me this for 8 years. So when I figured this out, it changed my entire business. I wish I would have understood it. Average cart value. How much money do I make on average for every single person who buys my product? Okay, so this is actually one of my very first physical product businesses. It was a supplement. How many guys in here are selling supplements? Guys and gals? We got some supplement sellers. So this is my very first supplement. It was a supplement called Nouricell. And actually, let me draw this real quick. Okay, so here's the two math equations we need to understand. ACV, CPA. It's all the math you entrepreneurs need to know. So average cart value means how much money do I make on average for every single person who buys my front-end product? Okay, so my average cart value, and this CPA is cost per acquisition. Okay, so for example, if I spend $1 on Facebook ads, I acquire that, someone comes to my funnel, and then while they're buying, upsells down, so they leave it. If I make, let's say, there's $3, there you go. That's the two metrics. So when I talk to my ads guys, I say, what's our cost per acquisition right now? I say, okay, it costs about this much to acquire a customer. How much do we make on average? Well, for every customer we acquire, we make $3 immediately. That's the whole game we're trying to play. Okay, so I'll kind of explain this. So when we first launched our supplement, I launched it in a very traditional e-commerce model. We've listed on Amazon. We had a page. It wasn't Shopify back then. It was something similar to that with a picture and an add to cart button, and that was it. We launched the traffic, started sending traffic to this funnel, and we started making sales, but the problem was our average cart value was basically whatever we sold the product for. So I think it was like $49 for a bottle. So my average cart value was $49, right? Because I didn't have a funnel. When we started transitioning, when I started learning funnels, how they all worked, we made something like this. So let me just walk you through this funnel. So the first page here is a video. This is me selling the perceived value of the product that I had, okay? And we were able to increase the pricing based on that. Second page, we had the order form. We offered 1, 3, and 4 bottles. And then on the next page, after they bought that, the first upsell was more of the same thing we just bought. Okay, so this is a couple rules. When you're selling physical products through funnels, the first upsell is always more of the exact same thing that they just purchased. Okay, I can show you probably, 5 or 6 dozen funnels that we've done. They're e-com based funnels. So most of our, in fact, the highest majority of our top 100 funnels inside ClickFunnels are all e-com funnels. Almost 100%, every single one of them has whatever they sell on the front end, the upsell is more of the exact same thing. Okay, now info products, it's the exact opposite. Info products, you do not sell more of the same thing on the upsell. Physical products, you always do more of the same thing. And here's my other pages, okay? So this was my funnel. So if you looked at it before, when I first launched this funnel, because I was just selling a bottle of supplements, my average cart value was like $49. That was the most I could possibly make. If someone bought everything I had, I made $49. When we transitioned to a funnel like this, there's different pages, right? So page number 1 of the funnel here, we're selling supplements. I don't know if I can see you throw back up there real quick for everyone to see. The price points on here, it was like 67, I can't see very well. Anyway, there's 3 different price points, right? Someone buy 1, 3, or 4 bottles. So 4 bottles times 49 is like $150, right? So just on the homepage, they could spend up to $150 if they were to buy the biggest package, right? Then we moved to first upsell, so 6 more bottles of the same thing. So potentially they could buy another like $230 worth of supplements. Then on the next upsell was our next supplement, which was like, I can't remember, $147, something like that. And the last one was another $197, okay? So before, like best case scenario, if everybody bought my product, I was able to average $49 inside the cart. This way, when I take them through this process, if someone was to buy every single thing, if you add that all up, it ends up being like $850 something that people can give me by going through this funnel. okay? As soon as I did that, I'm able to spend now insane amounts of money. In fact, when this funnel, before we sold this company, our average cart value, so someone who bought the first product, on average, we were able to make $180 for every single person who bought a supplement. So we went from $50 to $180. It was costing us about $80 to acquire a customer, and at that price, we could scale the traffic infinitely, okay? I know I'm getting kind of in the weeds for some of the guys that are more beginners, but I just want you to understand, like, this is how this game is played. This is how we scale things very, very quickly, okay? So I'm gonna break it down and show you guys some more simple stuff, but this concept of average cart value is big, okay? And the last thing I'm gonna show you guys here is, I'm gonna break out a bunch of funnels to show you guys this in action, so it'll make more sense. But when we transition from a funnel, from a static cart to a funnel, we have data based on 55,000 active members in all their funnels, that by switching from a traditional page to a funnel, we can increase our sales by over 540%. I'll show you the exact data and where are the 3 or 4 biggest parts that make that increase, okay? All right, so let me show you a couple funnels. So I'm gonna show you guys one of my book funnels, because this will make sense. I know some of you guys, how many of you guys in here right now actually do sell information products? Cool, about a third of you guys. How many of you guys are all physical products? Cool, the rest of you, awesome. So I'm gonna show you a book funnel, but I'll show you other ones. This doesn't only work for books, that I'll show you in a second, so don't be like, oh, well, it's this book, this doesn't work for me. The concepts are exactly the same, no matter if I'm selling a book, if I'm selling supplements, if I'm selling anything, the concepts are the same, okay? So if I wanna be a traditional author, I list my product on Amazon. Here's a bunch of my author friends, and like, for example, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Best case scenario, he makes $15.95, someone buys his book. That means he can spend $15.95 to acquire a customer and then break even, and then it ends. The transaction's over, right? So I'm gonna show you guys why I'm able to sell way more books than any of these guys, okay? Inside of my book funnels right now, we sell between 3,000 and 5,000 books a week, every single week, with absolute certainty, because of the way the funnel works, okay? And this, again, works for any business. Like, if you take book out and plug in whatever your front-end product is, this is the kind of consistency you can have, very, very simple when you understand this. Okay, so here's how the magic works. Again, there's 2 numbers we talked about, right? Oops. This is the laser, okay. CPA, cost to acquire customer, average cart value. So this is the book funnel you'll see right here, but these are 2 numbers. Right now, as of like a week ago when I started making these slides, it was costing me $23 to sell a book, so CPA, $23, and I was averaging $37 through the cart. Okay, so let me walk you through the thing. So step number 1, I go to Facebook and I buy ads. Again, right now I'm averaging $23 right now to sell one of my free books, okay? So if I was only listed on Amazon, I'm already in the hole, okay? Which is why you don't see very many people who are listing stuff on just on Amazon buying a lot of ads, because like that's the end of their funnel, right? I already would have lost, okay? Now they come to this page, it's $7.95 to get the book. Right now 13% of the people who land on this page pay 3 plus shipping, they get the book. So right now my average cart value so far in this cart, if you look right here, is $7.95. So spent 23 bucks, made $7.95. So I'm still in the hole, right? But the cool thing is that on the next page right here, we have what we call an order form bump. The order form bumps is basically the easiest way to get free money that I've ever found in the history of internet marketing. If you're not using these yet, you'll become obsessed with them. This little order form bump is just, it's kind of like when you're grocery shopping and you buy all your stuff and you're walking out the checkout line, you're like, oh, I want some gum, I want some candy, and you grab those things on the way out. Like that's literally what order form bump is. Someone's already put in their credit card. After putting their credit card, between the credit card form and the submit button, you're like, hey, wait, do you want me to throw this in as well? And they're like, sure, boom, 37 bucks. So right now, 20.8% of people are taking this order form bump. So based on that, my average cart value is now $15.65. So I'm still in the hole, but that's just the first page of my funnel, okay? Now you get taken to the second page in the funnel. I have a special one-time offer. You just bought the book. How would you like the audio book for $97? Right now, 9.92% of people take that offer. So now my average cart value based on it so far has increased up to $25.27. Okay, so I'm still a little bit in the hole, but I'm getting close, right? I'm getting close to being out of the hole, which is exciting. Okay, now my second downsell or OTO is a training program we have called Expert Evolution. It's $297. Right now, 4.19% of people take that. So now my average cart value is $37.71. So if you do the math on that, I spent $23 to acquire a book customer. I made $37.71, and I got 2 of the coolest things in the world. Number 1, I got paid $14.71 to get a customer, which is cool. But number 2, I got a customer. This whole business is about getting customers. This is the key. This is what makes this whole thing work. Okay? Now, actually, let me go back one thing. This is why I'm able to I can sell more books than pretty much anybody else I know. Okay? Other than people like Tony Robbins who get free PR because he's Tony freaking Robbins and he's all over the place and people buy books. For most of us people, Like, we got to spend this money out of our own pocket. Say, I'm competing with people who can spend 15, 20 bucks to sell a book. I can spend up to $37 and sell a book, and I'm still at break even, and I got a customer, okay? So when you have a funnel that works, we put $1 in advertising in, you get $2 back out. What do you guys think you do? Put more dollars in the front and just keep it going, right? It's like an ATM machine, boom, 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 okay? Now, this is the key, this whole business works, right? The second sale is 100% pure profit. So they came in, they bought the book, I got a customer, and what I have found, again, Dan Kennedy told me, he said, a buyer is a buyer is a buyer. Okay, someone buys something, continues to buy something. How many of you guys bought something from Ryan at one point in your life? How many of you guys bought something again later? And then you bought another thing again later? Okay? What I found is that people will continue to buy from you until one of two things happens. Number one, you offend them. If you offend them, they're going to stop buying from you. Or number two, you stop selling them stuff. Most of us have stopped selling our customers stuff too fast. They will continue to buy from you if you will allow them, if you give them the opportunity. So do not deprive your customers of the opportunity. They want to keep buying from you, okay? Someone buys the book, they come here for me, they buy my software, they come to my mastermind groups. But the coolest thing is that all the money I make on software is pure profit. All the money I make on my coaching programs, pure profit, because I already paid for the customer up front. Okay? With ClickFunnels, we've had dozens and dozens of people who are big VC, big venture capitalists keep coming to us saying like, Russell, I want to buy equity in ClickFunnels. And we're like, we're not selling it. But we always like let them entertain us because it's kind of fun to know what they think you're worth. And so a little while ago, I was at lunch with one of them, and Dave and I were at lunch with one of them, and he was asking a bunch of questions, and he asked the question that they always ask, like, what's your cost to acquire a customer, right? Like Shark Tank 101. And I kind of smiled. I was like, well, depends on the channel and things like that. He's like, I know, but like, if we write you a huge check, like, what's the cost to acquire a customer? I said, well, on average right now, to get a free trial in the ClickFunnels is about $120 through Facebook ads. And he's like, oh my gosh, like those numbers are great. He's like, if we wrote a check for $22 million, we could do that. I'm like, wait, hold on. We actually turn those ads off. He's like, what? Why'd you turn the ads off? And I was like, because I don't have someone like you giving me free money. I had to pay for this crap out of my own pocket. It's coming out of my own wallet. He's like, well, how are you guys growing so fast? And I said, well, because we have all these little front-end funnels. So what happens, I create a front-end funnel like my book funnel. Somebody comes, they buy the book, and then two things happen. Number one, I get paid for them to become a customer. I got $14.71 that I put in my pocket to then become a customer. And I'm like, hey, customer, there's this cool thing called ClickFunnels. You should check it out. And they do. And that's how we grow a company. I told him once, he's like, what? So I explained it again. He's like, I don't understand. I explained it to him again. After the fourth time, I explained it to him. He said, if that's true, that'll change all businesses we know it. I said, exactly. That's my message. That's what we're trying to tell people. Okay? The reason why we're able to go out there and win against these huge brands is not because I have a huge unlimited pocket. You look at my two biggest competitors in ClickFunnels right now. The first one's had over $150 million in funding. The second one had over $50 million in funding. We've taken zero. Okay? But we're smarter. We understand this process. So we get paid for every single customer that comes in, and then we introduce them to our actual product we want to sell. Okay? That's the mindset shift I want you guys to have in here. Okay? Whoever can spend the most money to acquire a customer wins. Okay? We're beating people who literally have bank accounts with $150 million sitting there, and we can still outspend them. Okay? But some of you guys say, but Russell, I don't sell books. What about me? I don't sell books. So I have news for you. First off, I don't sell books either. I sell software. Okay? My books, my front-end products create customers for free, and then those people go and buy my software. Okay? All right, let's say you guys are in traditional e-commerce. So this is traditional site. This is a Shopify store and Amazon. Let's say you're selling flashlights. Flashlights here are like 15 bucks. I think they're 20 bucks here. This is how a lot of people, I'm gonna sell flashlights. They go and this is how they do it, right? So traditional e-commerce website, AKA what I like to call a brick wall, is literally like taking all your customers, slamming to a brick wall, hoping the best, and that's kind of what happens. Okay? If you're not making as much money as you want, this is why. You're slamming people in the brick wall. Okay? Right now, the person's got the #1 funnel inside of ClickFunnels. His name's Trey Llewellyn. This is Trey right here with an award we gave him last year called the 2 Comma Club Award. He made over $1 million in the funnel, and this year he's getting an 8-figure award. He made over, a crap ton. I wish I could tell everybody else's stats. I can't. He makes a lot of money. This flashlight funnel that I'm going to show you guys right now, he literally had tried to sell flashlights on some traditional avenues and didn't work, and so he gave up. And so he had this whole closet full of flashlights sitting in his closet, and they were moving offices. And he told one of his buddies, one of the guys who works for him, was like, we got to get rid of these flashlights. Don't throw them away. Just throw a funnel up in ClickFunnels real quick for him. Throws up this funnel in ClickFunnels, and this funnel took off. It's the highest grossing funnel I've ever seen. I think probably a world record. Did over $20 million the first 6 weeks selling flashlights. So let me show you how Trey did it instead of how the other people do it. And as you'll notice, is Trey can spend more to acquire a flashlight customer than anybody else. That's why he won, okay? So, in fact, there's a picture in the warehouse. They were shipping 40 to 50,000 units a week last Christmas time during its peak. Insane, insane. All right, so step number 1, Find the most amazing, sexy, awesome thing you sell, and that is the front of your business. All your ads should be focused on the sexiest, coolest thing you have. Okay? So for him, it was the tactical flashlight. Okay? That's where the ads went to. Number 2, you have an order form bump. The order form bump is the key. It's the thing where someone says, yes, I want to increase my order. Okay? So for him, he basically added order form bump for $88. You get 2 more survival flashlights. That was his thing. Okay? Again, thinking impulse buys. They're about to buy, hey, do you want an extra flashlight? Yes. Okay, then he has an upsell, which literally, again, every e-com funnel, the first upsell is more of the exact same thing. He says, hey, you bought a flashlight. Do you want some more flashlights? And guess what we know about people who buy flashlights? They like to buy flashlights. So we should offer them more. Why not? Right? So he's like, here's some more flashlights. Okay, huge percent say yes to more flashlights. Then he's got a downsell. He offers other things, and he goes through the funnel, right? Upsell, downsell. That's the thing, okay? That is the secret, you guys. That's how this process works. Okay. Now, after going through, we in the last year and a half, ClickFunnels has processed almost. I think we're about to pass $500 million in sales. Over 55,000 entrepreneurs use our platform, so we can see a lot of data. So the other day, I was like, I want to find the big things that have the drive the huge things. Okay. And so we went through crunching numbers for weeks and weeks and weeks. And we found a couple really interesting things. Number 1. Adding an order form bump to whatever it is you're selling will instantly increase your revenues on average by 147%. Okay, if you're not doing that, you need to start doing, right now, it takes 15 seconds. You go in the back, it's one sentence of copy with the button says, yes, add this to my order. It's the easiest way to dramatically increase your money that fast. Okay, order form up. Number 2, products that had at least one upsell increase revenue by 130%. And then funnels either had a downsell or a second was 133%. But the biggest one, if you saw all the funnels that had the cross section, they had all 3 of them. When they had all 3 in a funnel, increased their revenues on average by 540%. Okay? This is how can you spend the most money to acquire a customer? Those are the 3 biggest drivers. Order form bump, upsell, downsell. If you're not doing that in your business yet, they're simple to add those things, and you transition from a typical website to a funnel. Okay? Now, I want to warn you, though. Some of you guys will get aggressive, and you're like, this is awesome. I'm going to put not 2 upsells, but 12 or 22 or 1,000. How many of you guys have been through a funnel where there's 8,000 upsells? Okay? People that go past 2 upsells, we start seeing a huge diminishing return afterwards. Their lifetime value of all their customers drops because people get annoyed they're selling so many things in a row. Okay, my hard, fast rule for me is I don't ever go more than 2 upsells. Bump, 2 upsells. And when you switch to the 3rd, that's when you start seeing the drop in customer happiness and long-term lifetime value suffers. Okay? So that's the secret to boosting your sales by 540%. It's kind of like bringing a gun to a knife fight, which is awesome if you're the guy with the gun. All right. Next thing to understand, man, there's so many things I want to cover. All right, we'll keep going. Is break-even funnels. We kind of talked about this, but this is the key for you guys all to understand. I have people who go and they'll create a funnel, they launch the very first funnel, like, oh, Russell, I did my first funnel, it's barely breaking even, or I lost a little bit of money, and they get all upset. Okay, in our company, when we create a front-end funnel, we create a funnel, our goal is to break, if we break even, we have big, huge parties. Break even for me means we're gonna make at least $1 million a year inside of this process. Okay? So if you're looking at oh man, I only broke even, or oh, I lost $1, or I only made $5, whatever the thing is. That is a huge win. This game is all about acquiring customers, and then if you're in a level 10 opportunity, you're not just in a commodity business, you have other things to offer them, right? And that is the key to how you start growing these companies. All right, so I'm gonna show you some, I'm gonna skip through this kind of fast. This whole business is all about ascension. Someone comes in, and you give them a good experience, they'll continue buying, you send them up through other products and services, right? I don't have time to go too deep into that. And the last thing I'll share before I move into all the examples, I got a whole bunch of examples of cool funnels I want to show you guys. What's interesting, talking about break-even funnels, right? Last December, we did an audit on my entire company, and we found out for every $1 we made inside of a break-even funnel, one of our front in our book funnels or any of the funnels like that, we made $16.49 through what we call our follow-up funnels, the funnels that are introduced to them in the follow-up sequence. Okay? Most people, their business is that $1 and they stop. Okay, you start adding in a funnel behind that or something afterwards, that's when you start having big success. The follow-up funnels are the magic. That's where, again, for us, $16.49 for every $1 make inside of a front-end funnel. Okay. So I want to show you guys, Ryan asked me this, I'm like, what do you want me to talk about? He's like, I want you to talk about funnels, but show how this works for e-com people. So hopefully you guys are starting to understand some of the concepts. So I want to show some practical application of how this whole process works, okay? So the first thing I'm going to show you guys is step number 1 is you got to do your homework, okay? I had a chance to do some work with Marcus Lemonis. How many of you guys know who Marcus Lemonis is? Have you guys seen the TV show The Prophet? So I had a chance to do, he spoke at one of my events, we got kind of hit it off afterwards, and he was like, this funnel thing's so cool. He's like, can you do funnels for some of my businesses? I was like, yeah, that'd be fun, let's try it out. So he gave me six of his companies, like do funnels for his companies. So we had like Sweet Pete's, we had a bunch of other ones, and one of them was Camping World, which is his main company. He's like, can you do a funnel for Camping World? I'm like, I don't really know, maybe. I'm like, what do you guys, like, what's the main thing? He's like, we sell big old RVs and roadside assistance, that's our business. And I'm like, I don't know how to make a funnel for that, but I want to like impress this guy because he's Marcus Lemonis, right? So I'm like, oh yeah, easy. And so we're kind of stressing out after we like told him yes. And I'm like, well, let's just go down to, let's literally go down to Camping World and let's see all the stuff they have here, like how we can build a funnel out of this. So it was lucky. When we were in the thing, I had my iPhone, we filmed a little like minute-long clip showing the funnel in action. So I want you guys to watch this because this is how, like, if you were to hire me for $1 billion to do a funnel for you, this is the thought process I would do with you. So I want you guys thinking through the same thought process as well, right? Because you walk into Camping World, there's like 8,000 SKUs on everything known to man. So how do I know how to build a funnel? Like, what should be my product? What should be what do we do? Okay, so here's the thought process of what we did when we figured out inside of Camping World.
So we came here to Camping World and we asked them, like, what's your number one best-selling product in the entire store? And like 3 people told us the same thing. Boom, what is it, Dave?
Toilet paper.
What kind of toilet paper though? It's very special.
It's very, very special. This is actually biodegradable and it's made specifically for RV and marine. So it's RV and marine sanitation system.
All right, so toilet paper is the front. So when you're free plus shipping offer on toilet paper, plus typically you don't just want to buy 4 packs of toilet paper, especially if you're on a big trip, you need a lot more. So we have some order form things, increase the value there, right? So now we know a couple things. We know that they have an RV and we know they are concerned about toilet paper, right? So what do we know next? What's next in the queue?
Now they've got this in there. Now it's in the toilet, basically it's in this tank. Now they got to make sure the tank works right and the tank actually flushes correctly and doesn't drain and so it doesn't smell, and that it breaks everything down quickly. So to break it all down quickly, they have the BioPack, which is their second best-selling product in the whole store. Crazy. So poop. We're talking about poop here, you guys, in case you're wondering. So these smell good. So this is gonna be the order form bump. Boom! All right, we're wiping the butt, smells good in the camper. What's next? Oh no, what happens if the poo overflows and it's a huge mess? So boom! Now my tank's full. I gotta get rid of all this crap. Literally, the crap that's in my tank. I gotta get rid of it. So I have a new swivel fits. This is the Rhino Flex. 15-foot. What is this thing?
It pushes the crap out of the RV. So now you guys know something with the theme, right? There's tons of stuff here in Camping World. We're trying to figure out the theme that you're bringing somebody through. So logically, there's logic between step by step inside the funnel. And then after we have protected their yes, and then we made it smell good, and then we got rid of it. How else can Camping World protect their customers? And this is the answer. Boom. The Good Sam Roadside Service Club.
Because you don't want to be sitting on the toilet there and all of a sudden your RV doesn't start back up and now you're running out of toilet paper and it stinks and it smells bad and you got to get rid of this stuff as fast as you can. So get on the phone, call Good Sam, they'll get your RV moved out of the way so you can dump it.
Boom, so there you go, funnels. There is an e-commerce funnel out of a store. We can do this in Walmart, we can do any store you want, but we're doing it here today. We're gonna prove this thing goes live. We're gonna make some money.
Drop the mic.
For Marcus. Drop it. Drop the toilet paper. What do you guys think? You guys excited too?
Good, guys.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna go make this funnel now. Bye.
All right. Thank you. Okay, so what do you know about people who buy RV toilet paper? They have an RV. Or they want to have an RV, right? So this brings in the dream customers of Camping World, right? So we put up a toilet paper funnel. This is a real thing. It was awesome. Selling toilet paper, they upsell more toilet paper if they want more. Then we upsold the sewer kit. Then we upsold the roadside assistance. And this was the funnel to profitably bring people in that we knew were interested in RVs, and then we can introduce them into the store, roadside service, all the other kind of things, okay? That's how it works, you guys. It's as simple as looking through your entire product line right now, like what's the sexiest thing? Like that's all we ask them when we walk in the store, right? Every rep, like what's the number one selling thing you guys have in the whole store? They're like, the disposable toilet paper, right? Cool. What's number 2? What's number 3? And then we figure out logically how do we sequence those things together in a logical funnel that makes sense, okay? People have asked me like, well, should my first upsell be like $197 or $27? Like what's the price point? It has nothing to do with price point. It has 100% to do with the logical progression in the customer's mind. I just bought the toilet paper. What's the next thing I need? Oh, you need those little things that make it so the toilet doesn't stink. Okay, now it doesn't stink, now what? And I'm always thinking about the logical progression of offers. Price point doesn't matter, it's the logical progression of offers, okay? All right, so you build the funnel and that's how it works. All right, so after that happened, then Marcus gave me, after we'd done it for a whole bunch of his funnels, he called me on the phone one day, and was like, hey man, we're filming the Prophet right now. You okay if you're on TV? I was like, yeah. And he's like, okay, this is the deal. I'm doing this deal with Flex watches, and I want you to build a funnel with them. Will you be willing to come build a funnel for me? I'm like, heck yeah, freaking out excited, right? And so then 2 weeks later, I'm out here, and we had a chance to build the funnel on the Prophet Live. How many of you guys saw that episode of the Prophet? Sweet. All right. So it was like the coolest experience ever, right? The problem was that when he called me up on the phone, he's like, okay, I want you to build a funnel for the company. It's called Flex Watches. I was like, I don't know what Flex Watches is. And I go to their site, and guess what their site looked like? It looked like this. There's a picture of a watch with an order button and a couple of bullet points. And it's like a low end, like it's $37 watch. I was just like, Marcus, give me something that I can work with. How do you make a funnel out of a not expensive, like if it's a really expensive watch, I can do a funnel really easy. Like a $37 watch, I'm like, like this was hard for us. We're sitting here and I was like, how do we make this better? And they were struggling from super low average cart value. Because the best case scenario, if every person buys the watch, the cart value is $37. They can only spend $37 to sell a watch. That was the problem they had. That's why the company was not growing. So we had to come back, okay, how do we increase the average cart value? I need to make sure that every single person who buys the watch will make more money so I can spend more money to get those customers in. And that was kind of what we started working with. So we went back through, we redesigned their site, we figured out what the hook was for them. They had 10 different watches, all tied to different charities. So we fixed the homepage, and we showed up there. It's like, what charity do you actually care about? They found the charity, they clicked on it, and that brought them into a specific funnel for that charity, right? So it brought them in the funnel. For example, this is which charity was this? I can't remember. Anyway, so they bought a watch for $37, but then we upsold the bands pop off these watches. So we upsold, hey, how do you want 6 more bands for $44.95? Boom, all of a sudden that fast, we doubled how much potentially a customer could spend that fast, okay? And someone said no to this, said, okay, if you don't want 6 bands, how about just 3 then? We'll downsell you for $19.95, you get 3 bands. Then we land on the thank you page. The thank you page is like, thanks so much for shipping out your watch, but hey, here's a bunch of other cool watches, you should look at these as well. And this pushed people back into their Shopify store, okay? But now we had a funnel on the front end that we could profitably acquire customers that people who actually care about watches, and now we can sell them more watch things in the future. Okay? By shifting from traditional just a website, we're hoping that people come and buy it. We increase the average cart value, and now we can spend money to acquire a customer. Now we're in the game. Now we can start growing and scaling these companies. Okay? So that's how we did it there with Flex Watches. I'm gonna go through a couple other funnels really quick. I think I'm out of time on this part of it. I'm gonna go fast anyway. Have you guys seen the Dollar Shave Club? Everyone's always impressed, like, oh, that video is so funny. He didn't get bought for $1 billion because of a funny video. I promise you that. It's because his funnel is insanely good. How many of you guys have funnel hacked this at least 10 times and bought the thing just to look at the funnel? Okay, this is all I do all day. I just buy people stuff to look at their funnel. So if you look at the funnel, it's brilliant. You come in for a razor for $1. Okay, the first upsell is like, well, do you want the cheap, crappy razor for $1, or would you rather have the $6 one or the executive for $9? And I was like, I don't want the cheap one. I want the $9 one. So you buy the $9 a month one. Then he's like, hey, well, you're shaving. You want shave cream, shave butter, shave all this stuff. I'm like, hair clay. I'm like, I need hair clay apparently. Boom, start upselling, start buying these other things as well, right? Then on the thank you page, it's like, hey, you're probably gonna be traveling. You want the travel kit, the shave butter, the travel version? I'm like, dang, yes, I do. Okay. If they were if the whole thing was $1, they would not have any money to acquire a customer, okay? If you go through this funnel, your potential is to spend like $80-something if you were to buy every single thing in the funnel. So they can spend a lot more money to acquire a customer than anybody else. That's the key, okay? Shortly after came Dollar Beard Club. How many of you guys remember Dollar Beard Club? I bought this so many times, I cannot grow a beard. It's really embarrassing, but I respect what they're doing here. So a funny video, same thing comes in, but their funnel is insane. So someone comes in saying, I want to be a man, I want a beard. You join the Dollar Beard Club, then you come into their funnel, okay? Come in, it's like, okay, what kind of beard oil do you want? After you get the beard oil, like what else do you know people have beards? They have oil on your beards. What else do you want? Oh, how about you want the beard balm? So what kind of balm do you want? Then after the balm, it's like, hey, what kind of shampoo do you want for your beard? Because you can't use like regular shampoo. Your beard's way more manly and important. So they upsell you on the shampoo, right? Then it's like growth oils. Like who knew you could sell supplements for a beard growth? Eat these supplements, your beard will become more manly. I'm like, holy cow, maybe that's the reason I don't take those supplements yet. You buy the supplements there. Then it's like, well, you need your beard brush, your comb, your money clip that looks like a beard, all the other upsells, and on and on and on, okay? Let me go back real quick. This funnel, year 1, did over $20 million selling Dollar Beard Oil, okay? Why? They can spend more money to acquire a customer than anybody else in that market. They're not the only ones. They weren't even the first ones. There's a lot of them, but their funnel is there. Okay, if you were to buy everything on here, it's $400 or $500. They can, their average cart, I don't know their average cart value. My guess is in the $150 to $200 range. They can spend $100 plus to acquire a customer. Nobody else can do that, and that's why they're winning. That was year 1. Year 2, I don't know the revenues, but it's a lot, okay? Real quick, last one I'll share, and then we'll break the Q&A, I think, if we have any time left over. FiberFix, we did a deal with the Harmon brothers who did like Squatty Potty, Poopery, a bunch of things like that. They did a viral video for our company a little while ago, and in exchange, we helped them with one of their funnels. They said, we launched a viral video for this thing called FiberFix. How many of you guys saw that video? Oh, it's like the best viral video probably ever. YouTube FiberFix after this break and watch it. Viral video goes completely viral. They get like 30 million views in the first like 2 days. They come to this funnel and they were literally slamming millions and millions of people into a brick wall. Smack. This was the page they took them to. It was a Shopify store. Okay? They could buy $5, $24, $49, $99. The best case scenario, they could make $100 on a customer, but the average person was spending $24. The average cart value was like $26, I think was their average cart value. So best case scenario, they could spend $26 to break even, but that was it. That was their business. So we came in and said, okay, well, let's just turn this into a funnel. So we switched some things around. We made the video. We started selling on the perceived value instead of just like, oh, here's some stuff, right? We put the video in there. We made a really good offer. Instead of just saying, here's a bunch of stuff, we made the offer sexy. I wish I could spend an hour just on this. But you look at the headline, we make an offer. We had urgency, scarcity, a bunch of things like that. Someone could buy that. Then on the upsell, it's like, instead of just selling one copy of it, we're like, hey, you can buy one thing of FiberFix or 2 or 3, 4, 10, all up to 10. We highlighted 3. Okay, the 3, what's the price of one of the 3? $74. I think it's like 80% of the people take the $74 option. So just that alone took the average cart that made $26 to $70-something just right there. Then we had an order form bump for for more stuff. Then we upsold more of the exact same thing they just bought. Because the only thing we know about people that buy FiberFix is that they liked FiberFix. So we sell them more of the exact same thing. This upsell a huge take rate. Then we had another pitch, which is more FiberFix, different types of stuff. This is for your house now. And then the last one is the Manly Man kit, where you get the kit with even more FiberFix. And now this funnel went from averaging $20 to $30 average cart value to closer to $80 or $90. And all of a sudden, this funnel started working. And they could spend tons of money to acquire a customer. And they went from having a funnel that was dead, that was broken, to a funnel they can grow and they can scale. And that's how funnels can help you guys inside your business. And that is how you can instantly outspend all your competitors and ethically instill all potential customers inside of your market. Thank you very much.
Any holy crap moments?